Hello friends, in this video we will discuss about C++ most popular library, that is STL. It is not like if you don't know this library you cannot code. You can code, but if you know this library your life would be a lot more easier because it gives us lots of functions which are like blessings to us. To begin with, let us let me give you a brief introduction about what is templating. Templating is a concept in C++ in which we give data type as a parameter. So, so that we do not have to write same set of function again and again for different data types. For example, if we have written a function to find GCD of two values having int data type, you do not have to write the same function that is to find GCD of the numbers for the values that are in float data type. So to avoid typing similar function again and again, templating is introduced. STL is also based on same concept. It provides us lots of containers and algorithms and other functions which are data type independent. We get a lot of things with STL, but these things are broadly divided in two categories, that is containers and algorithms. These containers can be further divided into four categories. These division is only theoretical. It is there will be no difference when we code it or 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 when we implement it in our code. As this is only an introduction video to STL, I will brief you about all these containers and some of these algorithms, and we will see their implementation in coding in further videos. So to begin with, let me introduce, let me give explain you the first category, that is sequence containers. Uh, as its name suggests, it is a data structure in which values can be accessed sequentially. So there are four types: vectors, forward list, list, and DQ. Let me give you a brief introduction of all these containers. So vectors can be explained as a brother of array. A brother of array with some of some great features. And the most important features and the most important feature which I like in vector is its flexibility. Its size can be increased or decreased at a time of programming. We can push any number of values and pull any number of values without worrying about its size. The second one is forward list. Forward list is nothing but a container based on single linked list, and this can be traversed only in forward direction. The third is list. List is nothing but double linked list which can be traversed in both direction. Now here comes DQ. I think DQ is the most underrated container which we get from STL. Telling you, I'm saying this because it has some great features, but we do not use it much. Uh, some of its features is that we can insert or delete any values from the front or from its back in O of one time. It is basically a combination of both stack and queues, I will, which we will discuss uh, in a shortly. So the second category is adapter containers. Adapter containers are implemented with the help of sequence containers only, but with but with some of the modifications. These modifications make them to be used in a special during a special requirement. For example, in stack, we can insert element in its back in over one time and uh, uh, sorry, stack is based on the concept of first in, first in, last out. That is, the element which is inserted first will be deleted last. In this, we can insert any value in its front in log of in O of one time and can delete any element from the last in O of one time. Q is based on the concept of first in, first out. You can remember stack as a stack of chairs in which the chair which is kept first can be removed last, and queue, and you can remember the concept of queue as a queue of people, like the person who gets in will gets in first, will remove first, will get out first. Now here comes a third container, priority queue. Priority queue is a container which stores the elements in a particular priority, that is either in the increasing order or in the decreasing order. Now let us discuss third category, that is associative containers. Associative containers works on the concept are implemented on black search tree, black red tree, that is a special type of binary tree. And the specialty of these containers are that these can be searched in O of log n time. As you can see, these containers can be broadly divided into two categories, that is set and map. So in set, we can store values, we can store a single type of values like uh, roll number of students like 2, 3, 4, 5, and with map, you can store a pair of values like name of the student and his marks. Like A gets 40 marks, B gets 50 out of 50, C gets 45 marks. So we can store these pair of values within map. And the specialty of set and map is that these are stored in a particular order. By default, it is increasing order, but you can change it according to a requirement in your program. Set and maps contains unique value, but multi-set and multi-map can contain duplicate values also. Now the fourth category is unordered associative containers. So these are similar to associative containers, but these are implemented in hash table, and its specialty is that they can be searched in O of one time only. But the small drawback which we get from unordered associative containers are is that uh, these are the elements are stored elements which are stored are not in a particular order. They can be stored in any order. But with associative containers, these can be stored in a required order. That is either ascending order or descending order. So this was the brief introduction about all these containers. There's one more container which we get in STL, that is pair. Let me increase its font size. Pair. A pair is a special container uh, which allows us to store two values in the same pair. For example, you can store int and double and add and these values can be stored side by side as a pair. So this is also a container which we special container which we get with STL. Now talking about algorithms, we get various algorithms. These are just a few. I have written just a few, but we get various algorithms uh, that are pre-written in the STL library. Like we can like we get sorting algorithm, searching algorithm, reverse algorithm, lower bound, upper bound, and many more. It is not like you cannot if we do not get this library, we could not code. We could code, but as I said, our life would these STL library is a gift to make our life easier. Let me to give the more to realize you. Let me give you a scenario that you are in an interview and the interviewer asked you a question, a complex question, which requires binary search as a basic step. So you would not like to, you will not like to code the binary search during the time of interview. So for this purpose, you get binary search as a, you would like to uh, use binary search which you get from STL library. This was just an scenario to realize to make you realize that how important STL library is. So in this video, we have seen the various the, we have discussed about various containers which we get from STL library. In further videos, I will explain all these containers and algorithms briefly with their code and with some good data structure problem which are asked in interview.